So I'm going to talk about code and risk, or why software might not be the asset that you think it is. So the general knowledge is that we avoid risks, or risk avoidance is avoiding losing value or losing things that we have. And to take risks, we generate value. Yeah, taking risk is necessary for generating value. But that's not 100% true. So let's go into what is a risk. A risk is some cause, some event that leads to an impact and results in some consequences. And these consequences are more or less fixed. Well, anyway, our company thinks they are. These are things like it'll cost you. Maybe you'll get a fine. It'll be hard to create your software or your product. And it'll be hard to make friends because no one will trust you. Or you might get into trouble with the law. Yeah. So here we are in Switzerland, one of the safest and risk-free places in the world. I'm a South African on the other hand, and I worked in the Antarctic, and this is what I learned from those experiences. So in the Antarctic, I was a base commander, and I had to think about all the irreversible events, things that are not allowed to happen, like losing the team doctor, or maybe less dramatic things like running out of ice cream. There we go. But so risks are personal. You know, what's important to me is not important to you. And this makes it fun. And in a large organization, how we manage risks is we try to formalize everything. So we have a table and we have risks, likelihood, impact, and then avoidance. How do we provide a reasonable assurance that we're going to mitigate this? So if we go back to the two examples, we can avoid running out of ice cream by limiting our intake. And it's a low impact item. But losing a team member is a high impact item. So maybe we want to be more strict and say no solo activities outside. You need to manage the risk of not being able to create value. Because if you cannot avoid the pitfalls along the way, you are never going to get to that value. Now, development teams, I say developers, but development teams, they don't like value. They think someone else, they don't like risk management. They think that they should deliver value and someone else should manage risk. But that's because it's not glamorous. They don't want to do it. Value is cool. Value is something awesome. I'm creating something valuable. Unfortunately, when you only focus on value, you generate a lot of complexity. And quite frankly, risk and value is two parameters. No one's got time for that. It is too complicated. So what do we do? Well, I worked somewhere where they made us software engineers pay for their caffeine in a software company. I mean, this is a simple example of a risk, and let's go on to some more that are like maybe important, like not solving a real problem, but solving the problem that I think is important, or my solution being unusable because I don't force people to use it. You don't want to hear that, or because it sucks, or it's technologically unrealizable, or it's incompatible with my organization. This is a huge one. Okay, so let's go forward in managing. How do we manage this, really? You need to de-risk. You need to develop the capability to manage risk in your organization by testing things quickly and getting feedback quickly. And when you have developed this capability, you will know which risks are the most important to you and those that you can address. And if you're really doing it well, you will know what are the things that you should not do, because you can't do, that you have to avoid. So I'm going to say thank you. I'm going to end it here. If you take one thing away from this, you should avoid, you need to manage the risk of not being able, it's too fast, not being able to generate value. And if you want to talk to me in the break about running out of ice cream or this, I'd love to. Thank you.